So it is so nice to be here for our brand new premiere video for Caffeinated Mondays. My name is Wendelica. I am the roaster behind Bravewood Beanery. And I'm just going to hang out here and wait for a few people to show up. I don't expect there to be a lot of viewers because this is our very first video. So people just don't know we're here yet. My coffee is nearly gone. But I do have some freshly ground coffee in my container from my grinder. It's just waiting to be used for a demonstration here. So anyway, I am from Oregon, trying to decide how to describe where I live. I'm outside of city limits. So I live in Douglas County, not far from the Umpqua River. The life here right now is foggy and cold. I do have a website, bravewoodbeanery.com, and here is the logo and the website on. So if you are interested in some really good freshly coffee, check out our Bravewood. I have to say hello to Dana, who is not here right now. I caught her live stream last night and had a good time chatting with her. She checked in just for a second before I actually went live and said hello. She's busy, but hopefully we'll be back later, so that's pretty cool. I also brought some sample bags of my coffee out to show you. This is my Brave blend, which is a extra caffeinated version of my coffee. I don't do a whole lot of blends. Most of them are single origin. But this one, I have had a lot of people who have requested a dark roast, super intense flavor, high caffeine sort of coffee, and that's what Brave Blend is. That is available on my website. I also have an Etsy shop. I'm Bravewood Beanery on Etsy. Bravewood Beanery everywhere. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. I don't really do Twitter, but yeah, Instagram and Facebook. I will be roasting some coffee later today, and I will be roasting some of this El Salvador Santa Ana. Nice, it's a light roast coffee, and it has a really sweet flavor profile, really nice. A little bit of that high note acidity that you get in a lighter roast, but it's not too intense. I really like it. I tend to go for more mellow kind of flavors in my coffee. And I didn't have a full-size bag to show off that, is full. This is the one that I kept for myself because you can see the label, something was messed up on this label. But anyway, this is my 12-ounce bag of Sumatra mandling, and there's a little bit left there, not a whole lot. I might get one shot of espresso out of this. We have been enjoying that lately. We've had a lot of mandling in our house lately. It's the end of farmers market season, and I did farmers market all this last summer. Which was really cool. I've never actually done the farmer's market with coffee before, so it was a new experience. I got to meet some great people, and now the weather is cold and people are not doing farmer's markets, and so I have all of my coffee left that I had roasted for the market sitting in my coffee room, just sitting there waiting for somebody to drink it. if you order from my website, you will get your coffee roasted to order for you. I won't send you the old stuff from the farmer's market, I promise. So I wanted to show off a new tool that I got. I ordered it from Amazon. Now, I follow a lot of coffee people on YouTube and on Instagram, and I have an espresso machine. It is a Breville infuser, so not the latest model of anything, but it's a really decent espresso machine. I found mine used on eBay. Got a pretty good deal on it. I'm really happy with it, but one of the things that seems to be developing in the coffee world is this thing called a dice distribution. And I thought, well, I should check this out and see what the hype is, right? So I got on Amazon, as you do. Like, you're looking for something, you go to Amazon, right? So I didn't want to spend, $150 on this tool that I wasn't even sure to use or like to use. But I did want to check it out. So I found a pretty reasonably priced distribution tool from a company called fusedlinedesigns. And they are also on Instagram. And they are selling their products through Amazon. Can you see their little logo there? Anyway, fusedlinedesigns. And their distribution tool comes with this handy holder. Pull the tool out. It holds these little pins. There we go. These little pins, and it comes with 10 pins. There's great, I'll tell you about that. Comes with 10 pins, and I don't know if you can see, but there are like 13 holes poked in that thing, so you can pull it off. Pins come out, and then you can put them in whatever configuration you like. So I have 9 of the pins in here, and with 1 pin in the center, and then all of the pins around the outside perimeter. So I just thought I'd try that. And I actually, when I ordered this, my tool arrived with no pins, and it was supposed to include a set of 10 pins. So I found Jess and Nate, who own this company, fusedlinedesigns. I found them on Instagram, and I sent them a message, and I told them, hey, I want to do a video and feature your product because I actually kind of like it. So anyway, I said, they asked, how do you like the tool? And I was like, oh, it's great. But mine didn't come with any pins. So I had to go back on Amazon and order some more pins to go with it. So anyway, they said, hey, we'd like to ship you the pins because you're supposed to have them. They're supposed to come with the product. So they did send me a new set of pins, which is cool. And let me show you. The ones that I bought on Amazon are actually listed as cleaning tools for 3D printers, 3D printer nozzle cleaning tools. And they're a lot like acupuncture needles. They are, they're 0.4 millimeter. That's what I thought. I just didn't want to say the wrong one. So they are 0.4 millimeter pins. They look a lot like acupuncture needles. They are a little bit heavier than an acupuncture needle. Anyway, these are the ones, or this is the one that I ordered because mine didn't show up with them. And these are the ones that they sent me that are actually the ones that are supposed to come with the tool. And I just want to show you the difference. Get the bottoms of them lined up. So this is the top of the tool that comes with it, the pin that comes with the tool, and this is the top of the one that I bought from Amazon. You can see there's quite a bit of difference in the length. It's over 1/4 of an inch. So when you put the ones in it that are actually designed for the tool, or the tool was designed for them, let me take these out. They come out really easily. Oh, I should have left one in. Okay, so there's the one comes with the tool. One that I ordered from Amazon. So they do fit into this quite differently. But either way, I think that they would work just fine. So I am going to load mine up now with the pins that Nate and Jess sent to me. I will put some coffee into a portafilter for you. I spent a little bit of time, not a whole lot of time, but a little bit of time talking with them about ways to set up the pin configuration. And they told me that if you're using a 54mm portafilter, which is what I have, Bravewood portafilters tend to be smaller, then they recommend using 9 of the pins, like I had before, in either a cross formation or with 1 pin in the center and all the perimeter filled the way I had it. Let's try it with the cross formation because I haven't actually done that yet. It's interesting, the different ways you can set this up, and it's all just according to your preference, how you want to set it up. I asked them, what the advantages were, different ways to set it up. And I'm looking over here at my notes. So they told me that if you have, if you have it set up with all the perimeter holes filled and the center one, that's really good for the 58mm portafilter, which is a little bit larger than what I have. And they also said that if you filled all 13 holes with pins, it actually didn't work because instead of breaking up the clumps of coffee, you ended up just pushing the coffee around in the portafilter. So I thought that was interesting because they're just too close together if you do that. But the basic thing is just, set it up the way you like it so that you're breaking up the clumps of coffee filter. I got 5 of them in here. Little cross thing. See how that works. There, now I've got all 9 pins in there. Can't see it. So, okay, that's the way I have it set up. that should work for filter. So that lid just screws back on there, holds everything in place. And I will set it on its cute little stand here on the camera. There we go. Since I only used 9, I have 1 left. Just in case one of them gets bent or something, I've got an extra, plus all of those that I ordered from Amazon. So I have my scale here, and I am going to zero it out with filter. This is the only portafilter that I have with the double spout. I don't have a bottomless portafilter. Someday I would like to get one. This is the one that came with my machine, so that's the one I'm going to use. I'm really just still learning about how to do really good espresso. There we go. Got my scale zeroed out. And I like to do for my Breville machine 16 grams. I've got some Mexico Chiapas that I ground up. Oops. I also have this little dosing funnel. Need to re-zero. 16 grams. It fills it pretty well. I've tried 17 grams. It's a little difficult to fit in this small portafilter, but it can be tamped down. Got my 16 grams. Looks like that. Right. I'm going to give it a tap, 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 and get my little distribution tool here. Circle. Fluff that and make sure that any clump in there gotten broken up. I can feel some resistance as I get down bottom. I know that it's coming up against some coffee there. Like you can feel the resistance, like if you're driving a car against the wind, like you feel dust come. Sense? That up, off the top. All right, and then I'm gonna give it another little tap. What I've got now, tamper. Bit of chaff in there. There. So I don't know if anyone is going to be watching this wondering why in the world you would go through all that effort of fluffing and tamping and fluffing and tamping. It was a little bit uneven, so I just tamped it a little bit more. When you are making espresso and you are forcing very, very hot pressurized water through the bed of coffee here, if you have really dense areas of coffee and then more loosely packed areas, water is going to follow the path of least resistance. So if there's a clump of coffee that's all packed tight, the water is going to flow around that. It's going to go through where it's not as tightly packed. And so you're going to end up with areas in your coffee bed that don't even really get extracted, like just very minimally. So be really under extracted. And then you've got areas where the coffee is less densely packed, where it's just going to flow through super fast. And then you're going to get it really over extracted. So that would give you this really interesting combination of sour and bitter, not good flavors that it's not what you want in your coffee. And then really the only thing you can do with that is load it up with cream and sugar and, pretend there's good coffee in there. But so what we try to do is fluff up the bed with that distribution tool so that everything is the same density, right? And then you pack it in with your tamper just to make sure that it stays there. Like you're just prepping it so that everything is exactly where it needs to be so that you can get a really well extracted shot of espresso. So I think I am going to go ahead and pull a shot. I'm going to, espresso machine is off camera over there. So what I'll do is I will turn it on and get it ready to go, and I'll come talk to you again for a few minutes, and then I will get up again and make some espresso. That noise was my machine turning on. It's heating up. It does take a couple minutes to get the machine to heat up, but it takes really hot water to make espresso, so it actually heats up a lot faster than my tea kettle on the stove would. Sometimes I use my espresso machine to get hot water to make tea or cocoa because it's fast. So I really like that. Anyway, I am hoping next week to do a home coffee roasting demonstration. I'd really love to make this a place where you guys, the viewers, can learn some things about coffee and how to improve the coffee that you're making at home. And I'd love to show you the way I got started roasting coffee, which was just using a hot air popcorn popper. So next week, I'll be doing a popcorn popper coffee roasting demonstration for you. I think. We'll see. Let me know in the chat, or you can email me, bravewoodbeanery@gmail.com, and let me know what you think about coffee roasting demonstrations. I think it'd be fun. So I think my espresso machine is heated up now. I will be right back. You may hear some interesting noises. Do not be alarmed. Okay, here is my shot. Don't know. I'll have to adjust the camera so you can see. It's got nice crema. There it is. It does look like that. I think it probably extracted pretty well. Okay. So I think I might go ahead and steam some milk to go on this because I've already had cups of coffee today and my stomach doesn't appreciate it when I put so much coffee and not so much other food in. So, on a second, and I'm gonna go steam myself some milk. Okay, back. Steamed milk, espresso. Attempt to pour something pretty. Still learning this whole latte art thing. Oh, I could have done that better. All right, I'm just gonna dump the stuff on. That was not worth showing on the camera. But every time I try my latte art, I learn some things in my mistakes. This is not the best cup for pouring latte art in. I do have some others that are better for it just because they're shaped differently and it's easier to get the right angle and get the spout of the pitcher closer to the cup. That is really good. I'm so glad I bought an espresso machine. If you were here with me, I would make you espresso too. I was really hoping that somebody would show up here so that I would have someone to talk with. have more of a conversation rather than me just talking. But there are some things I can talk to you about. There we go. Get that out of the way. Here at Bravewood Beanery, we are actually, let me turn a little bit. There we go. We are actually building a new roastery out here. We just recently moved. We were in our old house for about 7 years, and I didn't have any space for roasting my coffee. The coffee beans took over my laundry room. I built shelves along one wall, and that was where I put all of my coffee bins. And then I filled up all of my shelves. They spilled out into the dining room. My shipping area was one end of the dining room. And so it was taking over the whole house. And that's a good thing. I mean, the business was growing, and last Christmas was so busy that I did nothing but roast coffee. You know, the whole dining table became this shipping space that, we had. There's the labeling section, the filling station, and the packaging in the shipping boxes station. Like, we had it all set out at whole dining room. So we have spent the last year, nearly a year, working on cleaning out and updating the house that my husband grew up in. His parents just recently moved to town, closer to their doctor, things like that. They put up a house, brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house. So they are doing very well, and they are happy in their new house. And we have recently moved into the old house. It's been 5 or 6 since we actually moved our beds over and started staying here. So we are building in the existing shop on this property. It's a 2-bay workshop, building a wall to separate the 2 bays, and one bay of the shop will be Bravewood Beanery. And we are setting that up with sinks and counters and prep tables and shelving, and there's going to be a packing station out. It's just the whole thing. Everything is going to be moved out of the house and into the outside shop. So I'm very excited about that, and looking forward to sales picking up again for the holidays, so that we invest a little bit back into building the roastery out in the shop. My dream for that space is not only to get all my roasting business out of my house, but also to offer that space as an educational space, classroom, where I can have groups and learn how to roast coffee at home. I really love to see people learn about what coffee can be, as opposed to what their experience of coffee has been up till now. Yeah, learning how to roast coffee is kind of life-changing if you're really a coffee nerd. There's so much to learn. And so I really would love to be able to open that up as a workshop, like weekend workshop. We have an old one-room schoolhouse at historic. We're thinking would be fun to rehab and turn into Airbnb, so we could offer that housing there, the roastery, for classroom space to learn some new skills. I think it would be really fun. So that's the direction Brave Beanery is headed. Yeah, and we are, we've got the wall framed in, and we are hanging ceiling joists. And yeah, that's where we're at. We've got a door purchased. We're gonna have to put insulation, wall, ceiling. The point where I don't have the sink purchased yet. We still need to purchase. I do have some of the shelving. I have an oven, double oven that's going to go in there. So yeah, we're just gathering pieces and putting stuff together as we each step. We've been here for 41 minutes and no viewers on. I don't know if I should hang. I do have some coffee this afternoon. So I will be roasting up some El Salvador Santa Ana. I don't think I have any of that here. Oh, I do. This one. Oh yeah, I talked about it. This is the light roast, my Salvador Santa Ana. Very, very yummy coffee. And I've got some customers who order nothing but this. I have some other customers who like to try new things, and every time I get a new coffee in, they're like, "That's what I want." You know, they say, "When are you going to get something new in? I want to try something new." So, and then there are others who just are like, "I just want to find the one that I like, and that's it." Coffee before. This one, I don't know if I mentioned, this is Mexico Chiapas drinking right now, which is one that I recommend to people who are trying to cut down on the amount of sugar and creamer and stuff that they put in coffees, because it is so sweet and it has a nice chocolatey, so that you're getting, it's not full. Can I say that online? Yeah, it's a very sweet, very chocolatey, very rich, nice mouthfeel kind of coffee. And it's really good for when you're trying to back off on all of the things that you're adding to your coffee to make it palatable, because it's palatable all by itself. Say that as I am drinking with, no, there's no sugar. Drinking mine with whole milk. Anyway, that's because this is my third cup of coffee today, and it's not even noon. So yeah, I imagine that I will be getting some things accomplished this afternoon with all of that caffeine in me. Should be a productive day. I am a homeschool mom. I have 9 kids, and 3 of them are still living at home, and so we do need to get some school today. Haven't done a whole lot because we've been in the middle of moving and canning and trying to figure out where we're in and stuff like that. But we are going to hit the school books and get back at it. So we did a little bit of schoolwork last. A little bit. It was a start. Settle down now that the weather's getting. Start our winter. I'm looking out my window. We have a flock of sheep. I can learn a lot. And maybe I will get some video that I episode. All this Twitch stream on Twitch, right? I do have a couple YouTube channels. Check them out. Little woolly things. Interesting. This platform doesn't really cater to knitters, foodies, coffee people, but I'm hoping to try something new, start something new. I want to be the start of something new. Let's talk about food. Talk about learn some new skills and create community. You got to have coffee to fuel gaming, right? You're going to stay up all night playing video games. You need some. And if you're going to drink coffee, it might as well be good. And I tell you, fresh, roasted to order, single origin, specialty coffee is. Never experienced it, you need to try it. I loved it so much when I started roasting that because I needed to make some sales to cover my own purchases of coffee. Because I was one of those people who I wanted to try all the different coffees. I wanted to see what's the big deal? What is the difference between a Sumatra and a Mexican coffee or a Brazilian coffee or something from Uganda? Is there really a difference? Yes, there really is. And if you taste them side by side, even two different coffees from Sumatra, you will be able to taste a difference. You may not taste all of the nuances that I do, unless you are a coffee person, who really digs into flavor profiles and origins and roasting levels and how they affect the flavors of your coffee. I have been doing this for 6 years or so, and I'm still learning how to really detect all of the nuances. But yeah, we actually did a side-by-side taste test of two coffees from Sumatra and could not the vast difference between the two. And I had roasted them very similarly. So it wasn't just that one was over roasted, one was under roasted. It was very, very interesting. So one of my ideas for an upcoming stream is to do an actual taste test. And I'd like to compare cold brew coffees, like the different brands you can buy at the grocery store, and a cold brew from one of my coffees, and see what people think, how it can. I think that could be really, if everybody likes the Starbucks better. I would have about that. And I don't know how I would set that up to live stream. If you have any ideas, let me know. I know that there are some experienced streamers out there who could give me some ideas of how you could actually set up an outdoor live stream to do a taste test. Like, where would I do it? I'd have to go to a place with lots of people. And I would probably have to arrange ahead of time with make sure I had somebody who would be willing to do it. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. Maybe my local grocery store would let me set up in front of them to do taste tests. I don't know. I think it would be so much fun to do blind taste tests, blind coffee taste tests. If I set up in front of the grocery store, I could buy the cold brew coffees that I'm testing my coffee against from them. And if I ran out, I could get some more. It might work well for both of us. We shall see. I really would like to do that. It's going to take some prep work, though. So let's see. I would like to know, if you're watching this later, where you are at in your coffee journey. Are you looking for quick and easy ways to get your coffee fix in the morning? Learning how to make espresso? Are you interested in pour overs? Like, what's the deal with these gooseneck kettles and clever drippers and origami drippers and things? Or do you know all about that already? And if so, you could give me some stuff. I would. I'm here to foster a community together. I know there is a whole lot that I can still. I hope I never stop learning. I do have one customer. We have together to find a good grind setting for their Keurig machine. And customers who prefer whole bean because they want to grind their own, which is, by the way, the best. If you want the freshest, best, most flavorful cup of coffee, the way to do it is to buy, first of all, buy really good coffee beans. Second, grind them immediately before brewing. And keep your bags sealed. Don't buy more than you're going to use up in a month. Really, by the time your coffee beans are a month old, they've lost a lot of their flavor. Like they're not totally gone. It's not like you can't make coffee with them, but you've missed the sweet spot flavor of your coffee bean. So yeah, buy good coffee beans, grind them right before you brew, and grind appropriately for your brew method. If you're grinding for making espresso, you need really fine grounds, but you don't need it as fine as if you're making Turkish coffee. Turkish coffee it's really good, but it's a lot of work. And I don't know make Turkish. I do watched a lot of YouTube videos and learned how to make it. So super fine, like powdered sugar fine for making Turkish coffee. Like a little bit finer than table salt fine for making. Then or Keurig or drip, you know what that looks like, right? Bigger piece of coffee. Like the fineness, coarseness, however you want to say it. Or like kosher salt. And then go and course for a French press or for a cold brew. And if you grind too coarsely for espresso, then you're going to end up with that channeling, and your coffee's going to be under extracted, sour and gross. And if you grind too finely for French press, then you're going to end up over bitter. Probably won't like that. Make sure that you're grinding something that is appropriate for the method that you're brewing with. I don't know what else to say about coffee. I don't have anyone asking any questions about coffee. My little sign back here. There. It says caffeinated, motivated. Found that at Hobby Lobby the other day. And actually, if it flips over, let me show you. Can you see that now? It says warning, needs coffee. There are only 2 options. Well, guys, guys. I think sign off. Been interested learning some things about Twitch streaming here. I think next time I'm going to set up so that you can see the kitchen. Then I can demonstration with a West Bend potpourri air popper. If you are interested in coffee, definitely be here Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific time and show you how to make. Yeah. So I am looking forward to seeing you next Monday at 10 a.m. And I hope you all have a wonderful week, wonderful coffee. And if you would like to try some very freshly roasted to-order coffee bought from small co-ops, single-family farm world, check out bravewoodbeanery.com. I would love to ship you some coffee and then some more about it. So have a wonderful week. See you guys next time. Bye.